All right, how we're going to fix the Browns in the offseason. Well, first off, Paul Depotesta is out of the door. Analytics do not belong. I mean, you could use analytics somewhat, but not to the extent the Browns are using them. They base their whole goddamn team concept building on analytics. The defense, it only took, 8 weeks to start playing effectively. There's a reason why. Analytics says keep everything in front of you, and 13, 14 play drives, they're bound to make a mistake. It's awful funny how the mistakes, the turnovers we get are because we are aggressive on defense. And you notice the defense is having fun playing that way? They were having fun the other night, too, just like against Cincinnati. And then the following week we play in New England, and we're going to go back to the 15-play drive thing. So you got to get rid of Depotesta. He's a cancer. You have to seriously look at Andrew Berry. And me personally, I'd fire the guy. When you sign Austin Hooper, left tackle basically, he's built like one, slow, unathletic, catches the ball and falls down, $40 million when nobody else was even looking at him. When you allegedly offered Baker Mayfield $35 million, thank God he was dumb enough to turn it down. When you sign Nick Chubb, lock in a running back, you're just not good. You don't lock in. Listen. You don't build your team around. When you're starting to build your team around running backs and tight ends, what does that tell you? That tells you there's some kind of fucked up philosophy and flaw in your building. Who the fuck builds around? Tight ends and running backs are a dime a dozen. That's what they are. So we have to seriously look at getting rid of Andrew Berry, or at least getting him some help. He did get some good picks, JOK, Newsome, but the signing, don't let him make a signing in free agency because Austin Hooper's been horrendous. And I would have never paid Nick Chubb. When it's obvious it's offensive line, anyone can run behind it. Obviously, Stefanski's going to be replaced. I'm so sick of hearing, he was Rookie of the Year, Catcher of the Year last year. Listen, he was coaching. It was a COVID season. Now teams have a book on this little antiquated 20-yard box offense. And like I said, if you look at the Browns' offense, everything is in front of the defense. We don't try stretching the field. It's done. Teams figured it out, and he has no counter for you. You know what his counter is? Jarvis Landry. We're going to throw back to the quarterback, and the quarterback's going to throw a ball deep. That's what they wanted to do. So we have to. He's done. There's no doubt. There's no way Jimmy Haslam's going to keep him. Depotesta will be gone, and Stefanski. My replacements for Stefanski has got to be an offensive-minded coach. Someone like a Franklin Delano Reich, or even Byron Leftwich. Something of that magnitude. I don't want Bieniemy. Don't want no part of him. But, you know what? I would open the door on Bieniemy. I would. I would take Bieniemy, Byron Leftwich. It's got to be an offensive-minded coach that can work with the quarterback. Because you've seen what guys like Frank Reich do with quarterbacks. When you have a head coach, you need someone that knows how to work with your quarterback. You can't hire a coach that makes your quarterback regress, like Substanski. Substanski. That's his new name. Not Stefanski, Substanski. Substanski has made, because he's a subpar coach, has made Mayfield regress so bad right now that he's not even a viable quarterback. So we have to get someone that can work with a quarterback. Because there's no way I'm bringing in a new quarterback and I'm letting Substanski have anything to do with him. If Substanski gets his hand on a new quarterback, we're going to waste another 3 years before we finally realize that this guy's a joke. I was right about Stefanski. I said he was garbage, and guess what? He is. He's terrible. I didn't like the pick. I didn't like the pick based on what he looked like, but then I looked at his coaching thing, and I was like, what do we hire? We have a position coach. So thank God he's done. There's no way there's no way he'll survive this. This team has so many expectations to make the Super Bowl. And what's he do? He goes out there and he starts Anthony Schwartz. Consequently, while Baker Mayfield's hurt because Donovan Peoples-Jones should have been running that route. Not a guy that won't even go up for a ball. So we have to get an offensive-minded coach, and there's so many out there that, be honest with you, I'd look at Alex Van Pelt. I really would. Alex Van Pelt is great with quarterbacks. And I think you have to look at Alex Van Pelt. I do. Alex Van Pelt is like Todd Monken when he was in Cleveland with Freddie Kitchens. He had no say-so. They brought him in as the offensive coordinator, but they actually brought him in to call plays, but he never got a chance to call plays because Freddie Kitchens was like, what's his name? Substanski. Substanski is basically, you know what Substanski is? He's basically Freddie Kitchens that wears a suit in public instead of fucking jeans and a fucking Metallica shirt. So Substanski, that's all he is. That's all he is. And to be honest with you, I would rather have Freddie Kitchens than Substanski. Because Mayfield, under Freddie Kitchens' tutelage, I know he had a lot of interceptions, but guess what? Our receivers, they got the ball. Our offense was a lot better than it is under Substanski. Substanski, they figured him out quick. I mean, it didn't take, 15 games, 22 games into the NFL, his career, his offense is figured out. And usually good coaches have a counter for that. He has none. So there's a lot of coaches out there that, you know what, we could have had McDaniels, but there's no way McDaniels is taking his job now. There's no fucking way. I don't care if you give him $100 million. He don't want nothing to do with this. You punked him once, fuck you. And I'll be honest with you, I like McDaniels, but he did punk the Colts. I do remember when he punked the Colts. Remember he got the job and quit for the following day. So there's many candidates out there that can take over for Substanski. The question is, who will it be? Stay tuned. It's going to be a hectic offseason for Cleveland.